Okay everyone, so a quick little run through of what's just transpired with this little platform slash steps. So previously this little platform had just completely collapsed off the back of the house there. So the stairs are in pretty good order. They just needed a scratch back on the treads, and I'm going to apply some non-slip paint to those so they're all cleaned up, but otherwise everything's structurally fine with the stairs. But yeah, the platform has been rebuilt and new posts, so the old ones weren't even concreted in, so I put a new post concreted in all the way to form just one continuous run. Dressed cypress pine, it's quite a nice sort of finish, and then put down the joist tape on here for water and weather protection before the decking boards go down. So that's that, and yeah, we just got the stairs all level and ready to go. Handrails are in, so we are looking good. So now it's just a case of painting or putting a first coat of slip resistant or non-slip paint on all the new treated pine decking boards going there. And we cleaned all these up, and I'm just going to put a coat or two of that same paint on there as well, and yeah, that's it. So that's today's job, painting those. So yeah, just finished painting the decking boards with this paving paint, slip resistant. So it's not just for paving, you can put it on timber too. And yeah, as it sort of suggests, it is slip resistant. And as you can see, it gives this sort of rough, kind of like grainy, sandy sort of texture. So I'll put some of this on the stair treads now, and yeah, we'll let it dry, and then we'll come back and see whether it needs a second coat. So that concludes today's painting activities, and I will say it's come up pretty good. I had just enough paint for one coat for all the decking boards and the steps. That's the result. So yeah, looking good. Still on this little platform and stair job. So due to the height of that platform being more than a metre, by law, on top of having handrails, we need to have fall protection in there. So as you can see, I've started on that side, so effectively what it's going to be is one bottom rail and then a big X in the middle there. And this is kind of the detail, just tucks around. This isn't fixed in, by the way, and this piece just tucks up in there, and then at the bottom there, so you're left with kind of like a nice little detail there. So I've got to, for the one that's coming across there, I need to half lap this one and that one to fit in the middle and meet each other, so they're on exactly the same plane when you look down that way. And then I've got to do one there too. So then I've got to put the decking boards on, which I'm just debating whether to put a second coat of this non-slip on here and on the decking boards. As for these handrails on the slope of the stairs, it is less than a metre from the standing spot to ground level, which means we don't have to put anything between the handrail and the stair stringer. So okay, so I've got one in. It's just sitting there, but it's cut so snugly that I don't even need any screws or nails or any fixings, but I will use them in the end. But anyway, that's the desired result, with the half lap join in the center, and it all tucks up nicely under there, fits around the corner. It's all about the details. But yeah, I just got to get the final position. Anyway, half lap join done. I'm going to show you how to cut that now. This is what I'm going to cut out. Effectively, there's the marks, and I effectively held it across on another like that and marked that side, and the underside of that piece. Okay, so ready to cut these. I've got my Japanese wonder saw, and I'm going to do this by hand just because I feel like it's a satisfying way to do it. But yeah, I've got to just make sure I cut. I've got two lines here and here. I want to cut on the inside because this is the section that I'm removing. Before I do that, because it's a half lap joint, I have to cut half of this out. So the lines on here, I'm going to extend them down this face. Just doesn't have to be, and on the other side too. And then from there, I measure, because this is 42 millimeters thick, this stock. So I'm going to measure 21 down, mark, 21 down, and mark. And then the same on this side. Always use the end of the ruler so I can get it pretty much spot on to the flush onto the end of the board, or the edge of the board. So that's the marks, and then we just join the dots. There's one. There's where we take our saw, cutting on the inside of these lines, and then you just use my index finger to start it. And these Japanese saws are pull saws, so they only cut on the pull stroke. And it's razor sharp. Just cut it down to the line pretty much. On the other side, on the inside of the line. At least if you cut it on the inside of the line, you can always take a bit more off later, but if you cut too much, you can't add it on. And that's one. Let's quickly cut the other one. I'm running out of time here today. That's that. Then I have to get rid of all that. You can make a bunch of cuts along here to make it easy to chisel out, but I'm not going to do that because it's going to take me forever. And you just take the stock out. And once you get it to a point, chisels are sharp enough, which they should be, looks pretty flat to me in there, so I'll just chisel out this one. That's pretty good. Now we just make the fit. That's the result. That's correct. Slot it in the right way. Fix this one rail off, and then fix this cross section into there and through the handrails at the top. Job done. Another day, guys, and the sun is visiting again. I love this. Anyhow, it's time to finish off this job in total. So as you have seen, these half lap joints are all together. What I'm going to do is secret screw, so this will be on the underside, this rail to the cross piece. So that's one aspect, but before we actually install it in place, all these cut ends on all four corners, because it's now raw timber, I just normally treat it with some primer, or in this case it's a multi-purpose top coat, as long as it's got some sort of layer of paint on there. So I've just given those a quick spray on the ends, just giving it a minute to dry, and then I'm going to screw it from the underside, then hopefully I can just take it over there and just slot it into position, and then we can do the final fix off. So there's this one, there's the other one, so we'll keep cracking on. That's one, so we should be able to hopefully just slot that in. So I've just gone to put the first one in position, then I realized I didn't even film it. So yeah, I'm going to show you how I'm doing this one. Okay, I've waited about 19 seconds. The paint won't be dry, but I'm not waiting any longer, so screwing off. All right, situation report. We are looking good. The deck is screwed down. A lot of screws for a small deck, but you know, me being me, I like to over engineer things. Then I've just gone around with some filler, just filled up all of the holes as required. So I'll let that go off for a minute, sand that back. Once that's sanded, I'm going to start from the back here and just put one light coat of non-slip paint all over it, all the way down. And we're done. So I think it's looking pretty good. It's a vast improvement on what it was. So yeah, happy with that, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, Friday afternoon wrap up. We're done. I'm done. So gang, here's the final result. Complete. I didn't allow for any painting of any of this stuff, so it's up to the customer. I have patched and sanded all of the screw holes throughout the whole job, and then also caulked all the joins as required throughout the whole job. And then I put a second coat of the non-slip paint throughout. I just gave it all a quick clean from the back down, and then started painting the boards from the door all the way down. So it's very wet at the moment, but it looks very shiny and nice. So whatever you do, if you come over, don't walk on it. So it's all I ask, just for a few hours anyway. So otherwise, yeah, looking pretty good. Pretty happy with this one. So as I sign off, hanging out under the tree on this nice day, let me know if you got any questions, comments. Oh yeah, the stairs were existing too, by the way, so we just freshened those up. So you wouldn't even know they're existing really. But anyway, they're good. It all just blends in together. So happy. And if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments, you know where. I'd really appreciate a little subscribe too, if you can. And those that are following, thank you for your ongoing support. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.